Hey, how's it going today, Capricorn? It's Robin here with AriesFireTarot. Thanks very much for joining me, guys. I really appreciate you being here, and I hope you enjoy this reading. What I'm about to do is the StarGuide tarot card spread for you, and I will be using the Starman tarot card deck. So I find these are really amazing readings just to see what's going on for you. This is an intentional spread, and it has 6 cards. And each position will relate to a bit of a topical point for your life right now. So I hope you enjoy, and I hope it resonates for you. However, if it does not, just keep in mind this is going to be a general read, so it might not resonate 100%. But let me know what you think down below in the comments, and please remember to like, share, and subscribe, you guys. That really helps me on the channel, so thanks for doing that. So I've been shuffling the deck as I've been talking here, and I like to dive right in without too much of a monologue. So what I'm going to do is move the camera so you guys can actually see this reading. I think it's important to see the reading. So I'll go on a pause, and I'll see you back here right shortly. One sec. All right, Capricorn, so we're here, and I actually have the spread laid out with the questions here in front of me because I just need a reminder. So anyway, if you see notes, that's what it is. I've got the spread ready to go, and I'm going to do a deck cut for this one, and we'll start the first card off here. It's going to represent your present situation, so let's just jump right in, guys. Got the King of Cups here. So it's like you have to feel your way through a situation sometimes. You know, sometimes things call for muscle, or they can call for like intellect, but sometimes you really just have to close your eyes and let your intuition lead the way. The King of Cups, this is a really like creative guy, you know, and he looks like kind of a Rastafarian here, so he's not too hung up on like what other people think about him. You know, he's sort of deflecting all of that so he can walk his path, ultimately just for what feels good to him. So that's where you are right now. And if you're not here right now, you guys, sometimes I see the energy way far in advance. So there could be a situation coming up for you where you need to really just listen to your spirit guides, your higher self, your intuition, your gut feeling, like whatever resonates with you. So I think that's a pretty interesting card to start off with. So let us see what is going on here with card number 2, which is going to be your cause of conflict if you're having any. So we've got the Temperance card. So it looks like you have a bit of back chat going on, and it could be either from yourself, you know, that third party interloper that we all are familiar with, or it could be an outside influence coming in and sort of resisting the urge to go back and snap at people. Could be a real issue for you at this time. Sorry, I had to go on a pause there. My dog decided to bring a bone in and wants to chew on it and make a bunch of noise. So anyway, Temperance, keep your cool, guys. Like if people are getting under your skin, causing flare-ups, let them do that. You know, let them, that has nothing to do with you. Just let it go. And if it's yourself that's causing a commotion, like sit down and have a little stern talk with yourself. But do you know what I mean? Tell yourself to calm down and use breathing techniques that can really work to put you back into sort of an even keel. So the third card I'm going to pull here is going to be any changes needed in order to face your challenges. And I tend to think that because of how, you know, these flashes of light here, the spirit guides are positioned on either side of the head here. It could be your own, like second guessing yourself and maybe not really trusting spirit at this point in time. So we have the Ace of Swords here. So I find this really interesting because it's saying that you have to have solid proof that your hunches are right. So maybe start small here, you guys. We've got the Ace of Swords, and it represents winning. So try to start manifesting or listening to your gut on small things. Like if you work in an office, you could say to yourself, well, I think it's about time that somebody showed up with a cup of coffee for me. and then just wait for it to happen, or finding $1 on the sidewalk, just really small things, or deciding to go a different traffic route and then finding out that you avoided a traffic jam. Like, start really small and start building on those small wins where you can really start to settle in and listen to your intuition and your gut instinct, higher self. Again, people call this so many different things, you guys. I don't want to leave anybody out, but just know that I respect whatever it is that you're believing. So let's see what's going on here with the fourth card. Is going to represent strengths. So we have the 5 of Pentacles. So it looks like some of you could have really drawn strength from being in a place of not having anything, not having an emotional support system here. 5 of Pentacles really represents a position of lack or feeling the need to, tighten the belt, as they say, or cut corners financially, just to make ends meet. But I'm seeing having a lack of connection to other people, or maybe not being shown any sort of path by advisors or parents or teachers. It just it feels a little bit like falling through the cracks, but the silver lining is you really learn to depend on yourself. And that could be where, because it looks like you really had to take a hard line to be successful, to get where you are right now at this point in your life. And use your street smarts. I think there's a lot of people out there that were raised in a certain way, or had to, you fend for yourself in a certain way where you relied on your own initiative, where other people did not support it for you or provide it to you. I hope that makes sense, you guys. But you can ask questions in the comments if you're not quite sure. But all this having to fend for yourself and do things your own way, and some people call it the school of hard knocks or whatever, it really put you in a position where you're able to deal with anything, although sometimes other people get on your last nerve and you want to maybe snap at them, or you let your doubt creep in here, because that could have been where you were brought up, with people that just didn't have any faith in themselves, so in turn they didn't have faith in you. Man, that was a mouthful. So let's see what card number 5 is. And this is going to represent any other challenges you might be facing right now at this point in time. So other challenges is the 6 of Pentacles. So the 6 of Pentacles talks about sharing energy with other people, sharing like resources, emotions, ideas, really being able to give, and then when you give, like, you tend to set yourself up to receive a little bit more. So this could be a challenge for you, because you grew up sort of in a, I have to fend for myself and I don't have a lot going on here. I'm just barely putting food on the table. And guys, if this isn't resonating, just keep in mind it's a general reading, okay? Based on the energy present at the time I do the reading. So it could be having a little bit of a difficulty letting go and helping other people out, or letting people help you, which is really key, because you're so used to doing things on your own and like fiercely independent, and having had to walk your own path here, as in with the King of Cups, and being able to sort of build up a tribe. And again, this is something that's going to happen slowly for you if you have been on your own journey and fending for yourself, and just doing everything, teaching yourself the hard way. And you know what I mean, that kind of pulling yourself up by the bootstraps, as my grandmother used to say, and really just toughing it out and making, like, bringing every step, bringing you here, but feeling a little bit so isolated that it's hard to let other people in. So that could be another challenge for you. But let's see what's going on here with your outcome card. And this is going to be card number 6. So we have the Judgment card. So the Judgment card, this really, it talks a lot about feeling judged by other people, or there could be a final judgment coming in here. I'm just really seeing some sort of excuse the long pause. You know, it's really just, I find this card, it's got this sort of melting quality. If you look into it, like if you were to just look at this, I think you would get sort of lost in the images. So like the book reading of the card, you guys, does not always equal the interpretation that the reader gets. And I'm getting here that there's just so much more that is available to you than what you're really seeing here. And as you learn to sort of trust your intuition with these small wins and these small sort of law of attraction successes, and finding people that you're able to open your heart to, open your mind to, and sort of make them part of your circle. And even if it's a really small circle, sort of building on that. And I'm just seeing this like electromagnet activity that is going to sort of draw more and more things in for you. Like if you look at here, you know, King of Cups, he's pretty carefree and you know, and all of that, but it looks like he's walking through a salvage yard. So, and if you look at the difference between this, which is representing your present situation, and sort of how glorious and like, sorry, I have a sore throat, and how, you know, this is like golden and electrified and just, you know, the infinity signs in the background and magnetizing and polarizing everything around you. And it's much more glamorous. So you could really be increasing your circumstances here with the Judgment card. And meanwhile, not feeling judged by other people, because I think for a certain amount of time, and when I say I think, it's what I'm seeing in the cards. Somebody called me out on that pretty hard a little while ago, but anyway, moving on. You know, maybe feeling judged by other people to the extent that you may not be asking for everything from the universe because you're possibly used to not getting it. With this lack card, with the Five of Pentacles, you got a really interesting circumstance here. It's like I really just see this card right now as a portal for you to walk through, and an opportunity to sort of leave the school of hard knocks, all these life lessons behind you, and move into like a pretty well-furbished reality here. And it's all sort of existing on the same level. I don't know if you're into like different realities, different planes of reality, but I'm seeing that there's just something that you could step into if you opened up your heart and your mind a little bit here with the Six of Pentacles. Like this is a pretty like groovy, far out there card, right? Things are there for you to grab. You just have to be able to reach out and take them. And that is exactly what's going on here with the Judgment card. Just being a conduit and pulling things in, and maybe feeling a little bit uncomfortable with that for a while. But once you start to see these small things happen, you know, like somebody will walk by your desk and pop down a coffee and said, hey, it looked like you really needed this today. And just know that there's no such thing as a coincidence. And you brought that into your reality, you know, or telling yourself, and this is my favorite one, I'm going to find a parking spot right by the mall today. And then you drive up and you find what I like to call rock star parking, and you zip right in, and you attracted that. So just start small, you guys, and then start going for the bigger things and the bigger things, and layering these things on top of yourself, and use this period of learning that you may have had to go through as your foundation. You know, it was there to build you up, not to keep you there forever. Like it was a lesson, it wasn't eternity. So really interesting cards here for you guys, really interesting reading. So let me know what you think. I hope you enjoyed it. So I'm gonna wrap it up, and I'll see you guys back here another time. Take it easy. Bye for now. Bye.